Hey there guys, it's Kenzie here from Kenzie Writes, and this month marks 3 years of self-employment for me, so I wanted to do a couple of the most important lessons I've learned after 3 years of being in business for myself. The first lesson is to not cheap out on an office chair. I'm sitting in a cheap office chair. I think it was $80. That doesn't buy you anything, friends. If you're gonna have a home office, get a nice chair. I keep buying like cheap chairs over and over again, and I know I'm gonna have to get a $500 chair one of these days when my back gives out. Just save up and get a good one from the start. It's worth it, I promise. The second lesson is that nothing in business is personal. Even if you feel like someone is making things personal, you don't have to take it personally. You can really just kind of be aloof when it comes to situations like that. So if a client doesn't like your work, if they want revisions, maybe even if they're being combative, and again, if they're trying to make it personal, you don't have to take it personally. It's business. You can always stand up for yourself in a professional way, thank them for feedback and learn from it. There are a lot of things that you should do, but taking things personally at work, even when you're self-employed, is not worth it. Lesson 3, if you're bad at math like me, you should probably hire an accountant. I tried to DIY my business finances for a few years there, and I did okay. I paid my taxes, everything was going fine. But really, once your business grows and you can afford an accountant, just get one. This next lesson was a tough one for me to learn, and that was to give yourself time off. I think I took more time off when I worked for other people than I do when I run my own business. And I think if you guys are business owners too, you probably understand that because your business is your baby. You've got a fire lit under you to make stuff happen and get stuff done, and you're so excited. But before you know it, that passion and that energy and that fire inside you can burn you. And one of the best ways to combat the issue is to give yourself days off. So once a month, I give myself a random Friday off and I just take a me day. I do everything except work. And I think it's really valuable to do that. So it might hurt, it might be painful, it might mean delaying some projects every now and then, but please do try to give yourself time off and enjoy some work-life balance. The next lesson is to never rely on handshake agreements or verbal agreements. I feel like we all know this lesson, but as time goes on and you work with people in your business, you're like, I can cut this guy some slack, it's fine. And I've done that in the past, and sometimes it works out, but then sometimes there are misunderstandings because nothing's documented. The client might be upset because they thought they were getting one thing, and then you're confused about what the deliverable is. It causes a lot of problems. So even if you work with someone even if it's your best friend, a family member, whatever it is, you always need to have a contract and project details, turnaround time, all that good stuff in writing and have them sign it. I use a tool called HelloSign. You can also use DocuSign to have legally binding signatures on all of your stuff. So if something ever does happen, you have the paperwork there as a CYA. The last lesson I've learned is that I am in control. I started off as a freelancer. I've grown my business to be more of like an agency style, a content agency. But when I was a freelancer, there was this assumption that the client tells you what to do. They're the one in charge of the relationship. And what I've learned is that it's a 50-50 partnership. I am an independent business giving a service to another independent business. It doesn't matter if the business is mostly just myself, I'm still a business. So if there is a client you don't want to work with, a project you don't want to do or can't do, if the deadline is too quick or if the project is too demanding, whatever it is, you have power, and you have the power to say no. You have the power to set your own terms. And that's the benefit of being an outside vendor instead of a freelance contractor kind of employee relationship. It's a 50-50 power split. So while it's valuable to listen with your client and collaborate with them to make an agreement that you both like, don't treat them like they're the boss. You're the boss too. To be honest, guys, I'm shocked that it's been 3 years. I can't believe it's been that long. I feel like I've been doing this for forever. But simultaneously, that time flew by. It's really strange. So I'm eager to see what year 4 has in store. And I'm also eager to hear from you guys. If you've just started your business or whether you've been in business for 20 years, drop me one of your most favorite or most important lessons that you've learned in the comments.